Last year I said I don't like these international breaks, and it's because there's too many international breaks, and that's why you see some people are just making records for their countries. Like you go to Netherlands, is Delap was the ultimate gold record. You go to uh, which country? There's a lot of countries who you think this guy should not be the record holder for goals, should not be the highest goal scorer in that country. And it's because these countries currently have been having a lot of competitions. I don't know, Nation League, I don't know, um just qualifying for World Cup, qualifying for Euros, World Cup, some friendlies, some four leagues, something. And that's just Europe. You go to Africa again, there's qualifying for AFCON, CHAN, qualifying for World Cup, and a lot. But like a lot of games, a lot of national games, which sometimes they're good. When you see a team, it's Argentina versus Brazil. It's good. You want to watch it. Sometimes it's Chile versus Uruguay. You want to watch it. Sometimes it's Spain versus England. But I've come to realize that most of these friendlies are unwatchable and they are repeatable, like they're repetitive, unwatchable, and they're just trying to. It's not even competitive. Like England versus Andorra, England versus Andorra, England versus Andorra every time. Portugal versus Estonia, Portugal versus Estonia. Sometimes you wonder if you are trying to build Andorra, if you are trying to build Estonia. Now put Andorra versus Estonia, we go and watch. But that's not the issue. The issue is that through these international breaks, especially after a huge, break, and then preseason, then Club World Cup, a lot of people are talking about no, we need to stop the Club World Cup, but doesn't it had some there were no a lot of travels, there were time for recovery, there was like supplant competition. It doesn't People play in very very planned pitches. Everything is planned, everything is corrected, everything is optimized for the players welfare. It's different with the leagues, and it's the reason why every time we go for an international break there are some people who usually come injured. And this is especially important because right now we are going into a very, very gruesome, a very, very important, a very, very key part of the season for us. And it's like right now, Essugo is injured for like 4 weeks, and we don't have Delap again. But I'm not talking about the striker. Caicedo is also partly injured. I know he's an ox. He always likes to play even when he's not feeling correct. But in the trainings, he has since going to what's his country? Why am I forgetting? Is it called Colombia? He has a not a shin pad, a knee pad, trying to, I don't know if you know what's the work of a knee pad, but as a runner, when you start seeing your knee not working correctly, or you start here it's feeling some pain or feeling like jittery or something on the knee, you have to use a knee pad. And it works in every sport, whether you are playing in football, whether you are, it just symbolizes like you are either trying to come from injury, or you are either nursing your knee so that it doesn't break further, if that's the word. And I think that's happening to Caicedo. So for my assumption is that Caicedo will not be, even if he'll be playing, he'll not be full. But I think he'll need some recovery time after the international break. If we don't have Caicedo, if we don't have Essugo, now we have a problem because Lavia is also coming in late September. We'll be in a situation where our mid has to be Enzo, Santos, and Palma. Good players, but a very, very bad combination. Having Enzo, Santos, and Palma in the mid is like, you know, having Coke and milk. Some people usually mix them, but it's not a good thing. You need Coke and a burger, or Coke and some French fries, or you need milk and toast, milk and some sandwiches. That's, that's the combination. It's the same thing. If you have Enzo, you need to have Essugo. Or if you have Enzo, you need to have Caicedo. If you have Santos, you need to have Essugo. If you have Santos, you need to have Caicedo. If you have Santos and Enzo, it's a whole different thing. It's Coke and milk. It's burgers and sandwiches, burgers and toast. It's not a good combination, and we don't need to be in a situation where we are just talking with those two, because it's going to be a very, 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 very long experience when watching, especially us versus, let's say, Bannermouth. I don't know which team are we facing next week. That's why I don't need these international breaks always. Like, through the season, we could have just one in October when people have already started, knowing where their position in the league is. So we go for the international break just to take a break. It's like, you can't have, what do we call it? You can't have that heat break, that temperature break at 10 minutes. You need to wait until the ball has settled at 25th minute before you have. It's the same thing for international break. We don't need to play 3 games and go for the international break. We need to play at least 8, 9. That's when we go for the international break. Then we come back, because this thing of just shifting will be causing a lot of injuries. And I'm doing it because I feel it's a plot. Because whenever you start well, especially for Chelsea, it's a plot for us to not continue with the thing. And especially for Man City. Man City, whenever they have a horrid time, they usually go to the international break and then they come back and they start winning. It's something they usually use to reset. We should not be allowing a lot of international break. And it's because of the injuries. I'm not just saying because it's Chelsea. I'm just saying that early international breaks usually causes injury. This is not the first time. Last season it was Fofana. This season we are having 2 guys, probably 3 by the end of it. It's just we are just lucky that a lot of the people in Chelsea are not playing. Anyway, they will listen to me or not. Hey, subscribe, man. Thank you.